Hey you guys, good to see you as always here on Grassroots Gardening. Appreciate you checking this video out. If you're new here, I'm Ryan, and if you're a returning subscriber, then good to see you again. Today I got a pretty cool video for you. I've been seeing a lot of folks with vertical planting tower gardens on YouTube recently, and well, I wanted one. So I bought two. Today we're going to be putting together and giving a review on the ever popular GreenStalk garden. I've seen this one on quite a few channels. They look really cool. We're going to put that together. And then I bought a much less expensive Vivosun vertical planter. So we're going to put together both of them, and if there's time enough, we're losing light a little bit. If there's time enough, we're going to go ahead and put some dirt in them. Not going to plant them today because, well, I don't have any plants. But at least want to get them put together, check them out, see what we think, and put some dirt in them. So we better get to work. So I bought both of these because, well, they're on two different price levels. The GreenStalk, I think I paid about 150 bucks with it, or for it, with a discount code. And then the Vivosun was only 30. And I did that because, well, 150 bucks for a vertical planter, that's a substantial investment. Now, the videos that I did watch, these guys have had them for years. So there's value in that, you know, longevity. You can get years and years of growth out of this thing. The Vivosun, I don't know, I think it's just one of the Chinese made. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's cheaper, and generally with anything, you get what you pay for. So the first thing that I noticed, obviously the GreenStalk box, much heavier. Matter of fact, it says heavy on the top. And then the little Vivosun, there's a big difference just in the size of the package. So there's that. Now when I was ordering these, you know, they looked, as far as the advertisement, they look pretty similar in size, but I don't think that's the case. Sometimes you can fall victim to that on Amazon. The pictures look a little bit better than actually what you're going to get. But we don't know that. We're going to put them together and then let's check it out. And then the next thing we've got to figure out, because we are going to put dirt in it, is where out here on this deck we want to put this thing. I want to be able to walk all the way around it. So I think after inspecting just a little bit, with the amount of sunlight and just the deck space that we got, I think we're going to go right here. We're going to move this chair out of the way, and I say let's put it right here. We'll still get plenty of sunlight. That way is east, so we'll get the sun all day long, and the plants should love that right here. We'll find another spot for my old chair here. Whoa. This Asiatic jasmine has grabbed hold to it and doesn't want to let it go. Did y'all like my old chair? Found this thing at an antique mart. It was all rusted and beat up. Paid like 20 bucks for it. Got her all painted up. Should be able to get a couple more years of rocking life out of her. And Pepe, my cat, if you saw that YouTube short I did, he helped me open this box. As soon as I brought the daggone box in, Pepe jumps up, starts clawing it open. He was excited about it. But I'm gonna pull out my old handy multi-tool here. By the way, I'm gonna put a link to all this stuff in the description below. And I don't know if Gerber has a link to these, but this is the handiest tool ever. You flick it, the pliers come out. It's made for fishermen, that's why I have it. But it's got my knife, it's got screwdrivers, bottle opener, you name it, it's on this tool. I keep it in a little pouch on my belt. It has saved me got me out of a many a jams. Let's see what we got here. All right, here I got the 5-tier system, so there should be 5 of these discs in here. If not, we got a problem. First thing you see when you open the box up is the envelope that says "Open Me." So let's do that and get our destructions and see if we can put this thing together. Shouldn't be too hard. I think it pretty much just stacks up upon itself. It even shows you what you can grow. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to put in ours this year. I want to do like some herbs and we're going into fall time now, so I want to do like some fall herbs and stuff that I can just run right out of the kitchen, come down here, grab it out of the GreenStalk, and run back in with it. So pretty simple. We just got to fill each tier with soil, stack them, plant them, and water them. It'll get much easier than that. I like that. And you got all of your water reservoirs that come with it. And then here's our other tiers, and I don't think it really matters, at least it didn't say in the instructions which one goes on the top or bottom. I think they're all the same. Hey, and we get stickers. And then they even give props out to their employees, so thanks Adam G for packaging up our GreenStalk. They do a really good job of like welcoming you to the GreenStalk family. That's kind of nice. Not a lot of companies spend the extra money to include stuff like this, but thank you for choosing our small family business. It means the world to us, so that's pretty neat. Even put some customer photos on the back. So I guess what we need to do is spread all of our 5 tiers out, and then I remembered to get us some potting soil from Grassroots Nursery. We just left there a few minutes ago. So I'm gonna go around here, get the soil, come back, and I think this thing's gonna be pretty dang easy. We just need to fill each one and stack them. All right, we've got us 4 bags of organic potting soil down here. You can see where I'm using Bloomin' Easy. We sell this down at the nursery. It's a real good, inexpensive mix. It holds a good bit of moisture, but not too much. I think it'd be perfect to put down in these tiers of the GreenStalk. So what you do, we've got these reservoirs, and they go in between each tier. So there's our other 3 reservoirs. Put that on there. We're actually probably going to fill this with dirt first. That'd be the smartest thing to do, wouldn't it? Fill this guy with soil, put our reservoir, and then just right on up we go. And I think right here is going to give us plenty of room to walk around, but I guess, you know, we really want to kind of set this thing up for sure where we want it, because it's going to be heavy once we get all these different tiers filled up with soil. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this potted Carex over to the corner like that. Give us a little bit more room. Our Asiatic jasmine's really creeping out on the deck here. Move it out of the way a little bit. Grab my knife. Go ahead, cut us a corner. And I didn't realize we already have a hole there, so probably gonna make a little bit of a mess. And these are 40-pound bags that we're using. So let's see how much of one bag a tier is going to take. Not quite a whole entire bag, which is perfect because I only brought 4 bags around here and we got 5 tiers. So hopefully with a little bit left over in each bag, we'll have enough to do that final tier. And while we're putting these together, I'm not going to pack it down too much, but I want to compact it a little bit, make sure we get it all the way filled up every layer. I don't know, it almost took that whole bag. And after packing it down in there a little bit, you guys, I think it is going to take pretty much this entire 40-pound bag, because on the inside here it says fill to the top. So we want to go ahead and do this now, so we're not trying to have to shove soil in this thing later. Yeah, so 1 bag per later, so I'll have to go around there and get another bag, but no big deal. Now, the instructions say to go ahead and plant now and then stack them, but we don't have the plants, so we're gonna have to just do that later. We're gonna come in here. Oh, another important thing. This has got holes in 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 holes in here. So you've got 6 planting compartments. So we want to line up the hole, because water is going to come down from the top, fill up these reservoirs, and then drip out of the holes. So we want to line the holes up with the planter. Show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. So you see all the little holes around here, each one kind of, now it corresponds with the planting part. Hey, that's pretty dang easy right there. Let me show you guys how this thing is designed. So you see it's got these feet on the bottom, and those just lock in very easily right into the tier right up underneath it. I like that. I like easy. I think while we still can, let's see, my deck goes all the way over to here. I think we're gonna slide it, put it in the right position. I think right there is where I want her. Yeah, because once we get all 5 tiers on this thing, she's gonna be pretty heavy. I mean, you've got 5 times 40 pounds per bag, so you got a 200-pound planter right here. And we gotta be careful to not clog up the center irrigation holes. I'm just gonna put my finger over it, move my soil around and get her all filled up. Get a couple extra handfuls, pack it down a little bit, and we should be able to get this whole entire bag in here, because we did on that bottom layer, so I don't know why we wouldn't on this one. But I don't want to really pack it down too much. And so there's still maybe a handful or 2 left in this bag. I don't want to pack it down too much, because then it just gets to where the roots can't penetrate the soil really good. And we don't want to grow it in concrete dirt. We want to grow it in nice loose soil where those roots can really spread throughout. So there's just a little bit left in that bag. Go grab another irrigation tray and we'll keep on working her right on up. But so far, this is really cool, super simple. I'm loving it. A little humid out here, but it ain't so bad. But I gotta hurry up because we're losing light. I'll tell you what, we're gonna do a little hack real quick. Like, can y'all still see me? We're getting up kind of high. I'm gonna take a piece of plastic and shove in this drain pipe right now, just so we don't get dirt down in it as we're filling it up. And once we get it filled up, we'll take our little plug out. Now that we've got it filled all the way up to the rim, we can move back around our irrigation pipe a little bit, pop our plug out. This is such a cool product and a neat design. And by the way, this video is in no way sponsored. I ordered this thing off of Amazon just like any regular old person. This company doesn't even know that I exist, but I've seen these, like I said, on a few YouTube videos, and they look really cool. So I figured we'd try it. And you know, we're kind of limited on space out here on the, oh, this is the top piece. What am I doing? We need another regular tier. But I'm kind of limited on space out here on the deck. So I figured this would be a great way to grow a lot of food in a small space. And the other negative for us right now is the soil's really heavy. Even though it's in plastic bags, there are some holes in it, and we just had the hurricane come through. So they each weigh a little bit more than 40 pounds, and I forgot to put my plug in. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, lighter mix would be pretty handy right now, but it's not so bad. And the good thing about being out here on the deck, we can make a mess. All we got to do is rinse it off. And we'll get each layer filled all the way to the top. Try to remember this plug next time. Put our reservoir, and this thing is moving on pretty dang quick. Press that down real good and add our final tier. The next tier that goes on top of here, I thought it was for planting too, but then looking inside the bowl, it says water only. I'm gonna remember to put my plug in first. And again, this plug that I keep referring to is just a piece of plastic, just to keep the dirt from going down the drain tube. And two, if you're, you know, maybe you're a smaller person, you might want to just use a bucket to fill this thing, because it's not that easy to lift it up this high. It might have been when I was 20 years younger, but whatever. This bag isn't as soaking wet as the others were, so it's not near as heavy, but still, a small bucket would make it easier if you can't lift it up quite this high. You know, this would be great for somebody like an older person, or maybe even somebody in a wheelchair too, you know, because everything's right here. It would have a lot of applications. I think this will be good on like apartment balconies too. So I think there's a lot of uses. I think it's just a really cool invention that they've come up with, and it's super easy to stack them up. Need a little bit more. Just pressing it down lightly. Gonna remember to pull out our plug, and that's the last one. Now we just got to put the water reservoir on top, and I think we're done. And so for this last tier, like I told you earlier, it says just water only. We just have to come in, and I've just had to push in a little bit on that top soil tier to get it to clip in. It's kind of hard to do one hand. I'm about to put you guys down, but you can see what I mean right there. And once it clips in, I believe we're done. Yeah, it's much easier with two hands. You just simply push in one thumb, push down on it, and we got her. And so now, once we've got the top one in place, our drain hole lines up with that tube that goes down the center, and it's just going to drip and feed or water every single tier. Pretty dang nifty. Now, one thing you're going to want to keep in mind, if you're planting seeds, you're going to, of course, plant them in each one of these pockets right here. You're going to need to mist this top layer of soil to keep it moist so that the seeds germinate. Simply watering it right here is watering, you know, probably from here down where the roots are eventually going to be. But during germination, until the plants get some size on them, you're going to want to mist with the hose or a mist bottle, whatever you got, to keep this top layer of soil really moist so that those seeds germinate. But then after that, once they get a little bit of size to them and those roots go down, I think this is an ingenious way to water. I mean, you just got to fill up the top. It's going to slow drip into each tier and just do a beautiful job of keeping that soil nice and moist. So I'm excited. We're growing fall vegetables at Grassroots Nursery right now. So we're gonna go see what the guys have pretty soon. I'm probably just gonna plug one plant per little pocket, see what this thing does. But so far, setup super easy. I like the way it looks. It's pretty neat, ingenious idea. I wish I'd have thought of it. All right, now let's move on to our less expensive option, this little Vivosun. And let's see what comes in the box with it. Definitely not what I thought it was in the picture, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, obviously it's just smaller, you can grow less stuff in it, but still looks pretty neat. I gotta read the instructions real quick. This obviously comes with this little tray, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the tiers, and then a couple of these dividers. Okay, let's see, we got one piece of paper that shows a couple of the steps. There's a chain involved some kind of way. And again, I'm not knocking this cheaper alternative. It might be pretty cool, but I don't know what the chain does. And the instructions kind of, well, suck. And there's your actual instructions on the back. There are none. We just got a couple little pictures, so it's gonna take me a minute to figure this thing out. All right, I'm just gonna follow the instructions just as it shows on the little diagram here. Step 1, place this into there some kind of way. I don't know whether, it doesn't tell you whether this goes, if it goes like that, I'm assuming. I guess it just flops in there like so. And then it says step 2, it shows the chain going down through this hole. I guess we kind of, well, how does that work? What the hell? I mean, this has got to be the bottom, right? But it's showing the dude sticking the chain down on step 2, I guess. But then step 5 is to put the little lock on the chain. But why would that be step 5? I don't know. Let's see, I guess I'll just follow the instructions, but that doesn't make very good sense. You can't put that down in there. It's like, what is that? I can't tell what the dude is sticking down in there. Like, I know that's the chain, but what is that? And we don't have that piece. Where's my phone at? I'm gonna have to look this thing up. See here, you guys, when I ordered it, this is what it looks like. And there's no chain or anything. Now I do see down here in the description, high quality product, blah, blah, blah. Stack 2, 3, or 4. This planter can be hang. Yeah, this planter can be hang with chains or used on a cylindrical rod. So I don't really know. Okay, I'm not so sure about the chain idea. I'm not even going to think about hanging it anyway, but I guess you'd have to thread the chain down through the center if you were going to try to do that. But it's pretty simple. I mean, I'm not going to knock it just because it's, you know, a cheaper product. I'm sure it, you know, would serve its purpose, but I'm not going to hang this thing. We're just going to put it together just as we did the GreenStalk. But basically what you've got is these really serve no purpose other than to hold the soil, and the roots can go down through these grooves into the water reservoir that is just, each tier is kind of the water reservoir. So I guess what we need to do, just since this is a comparison video, this is your little bottom tray right here with the Vivosun, and we're just going to fill up each tray just like we did the GreenStalk and put our little divider in, and we'll be done. So it's definitely simple, I'll say that much, and should be quick and not take that much dirt. Well, this thing is for sure gonna take a lot less soil, and again, not knocking this product. I'm sure it has its uses. Might be good for, you know, some strawberries, or it's probably just better for some annuals, some flowers or something. But, you know, when you're searching on Amazon and on the internet, you gotta be careful of the pictures, because I'm pretty certain that when we get done putting this little guy together, he's not gonna really compare to the GreenStalk behind me. But again, $30 versus $150, and again, I think it does have its, you know, its uses. And then this little dude just fits on there like that. Put our little divider down in there and fill him up. I was just making sure that, like, this didn't go on the top to be able to water it down, but yeah, it doesn't. And it does do, you know, similar watering mechanism or similar watering style. So kind of, sort of, it just drips from one to the next. There's really there's no way, I don't see it going down through the top tier to then feed the rest of them, but oh well. And it looks like we might get by with just one 40-pound bag of soil. I think we're going to. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to plant in this little Vivosun, but definitely less soil. And I will give it to them. I mean, it's super easy to put together, and if you just got like a, you know, really small space to grow in, I think this probably would be a great herb tower. You know, put you some basil, oregano, and thyme and stuff like that in there. So again, not knocking this product, even though it is substantially smaller. You know, I could have read a little bit more in the Amazon description and measured and what have you, but just be careful when you are shopping just by pictures only, because I was trying to do an actual comparison video of two very similar products, and obviously this is a little bit smaller, a lot cheaper, and again, I know it has its uses. I'm probably going to just use herbs. All right, let me go wash my hands up, and we'll clean this deck up a little bit and take a final look. Get our deck washed off real quick. That's why I love doing stuff outside. Clean up So easy. I wish I could do this inside my house. Kitchen cleanup would be so much quicker. And because I'm just really impatient, hey wasp, get off the side of there, buddy. Don't sting me. I just want to go ahead and fill this thing up a little bit and watch it go down the hole. Oh, that's cool. That's so neat. So now that's going to go down and water each one of our tiers. Pretty dang cool. Well guys, here you have it. There is a side-by-side comparison of the GreenStalk versus the Vivosun. Now, I put the Vivosun just here because once I realized how small it was, I said, well, we can just pick it up and move it. And this is a comparison video, so I wanted to put them side by side just so y'all could see the actual true size comparison. Being fall time, I'm probably gonna put some pansies and maybe some fall herbs. And this one, this guy, much bigger. We can do some actual veggies in this. I've seen people do tomatoes, potatoes, I mean, you name it. Now we're coming in on fall time, so I'm gonna do some fall vegetables in here. We're just gonna have to see what we've got down at the nursery and get this thing planted up here real soon. But I appreciate you checking out this video. Thank you so much. Always remember, the more you know, the more you grow. We'll see you on the next video.